Friday, Andy.
Yeah.
Andy, a 1-1 draw against Irlam tonight. What were your overall thoughts on it?
I think it was just one of them, good old-fashioned kind of winter games where the pitch had a little bit to play in terms of where the ball's dropping in the box and shots kind of flying in the wrong direction and stuff like that. But listen, the main thing is we've got a point out of the game from what was probably, I'd say, a really resolute performance from Irlam.
And obviously the weather this week, or the weather today, obviously brought some concern with a pitch inspection earlier today. Was it always important to be able to play this game today with the sort of fixture pile that we've talked about?
I was just looking at it. I think until today's game, still even after playing today's game, you were looking at 30 games in like 4.5 to 5 months, and that's just the league game. So it is a lot of games. So yeah, we're happy that the game's been on. Obviously, we're disappointed we've not won the game, but again, sometimes you've got to take stuff on the chin and go again. We put in a hell of a performance away at Hallam at the weekend on, a really, really tough pitch. We trained well last night in terms of, what we wanted to achieve today, and it was just, I think, one of them days in front of goal. We've had a lot of shots on target, the keeper's made saves and it's bobbled in front and we've just not been there to tap it in, and some clear-cut chances we've missed, on another day they go in, and listen, if we're not creating the chances, there's a worry, but we are creating the chances, and it was just one of them games where I felt that Irlam got that goal and we're able to kind of sit on it, if you like.
You made a few changes to the starting 11, Jack Tinning and Jimmy Moore notably absent. I guess the Jack Tinning one is sort of off the back of Saturday, and what's the latest with Jimmy?
Jimmy's just away, so unavailable, unfortunately. So obviously still waiting on John Owen to kind of get back on the grass, and but again I thought Niall stepped in and did a great job again. Fantastic leader, and I'm not looking at any of them players tonight and saying that they've let us down, because they put in a hell of a shift again, and we've got them on the back foot right up until the last seconds of the game. If anything, could have a little bit of a complaint first half where there's a potential penalty on Lewis, and if we don't get that, Chris Holt's hit one and it's cannoned off their lad, gone out for a corner, he's give a goal kick, and just little things like that. It just wasn't falling for us tonight. And that happens, that's life, that's football. Sometimes it's about dusting ourselves down, looking at how we get better, and certainly as a team, not just as individuals, how we can be a little bit more ruthless and in front of goal when the chances arise, because it's normally not like us that.
Joe Denman coming off towards the end tonight, I guess that's an injury you're going to have to assess ahead of the weekend.
If I'm honest, I thought it was a really poor challenge, and one that warranted a lot more than what it was, and we're just going to have to assess him and see where he's at. But Joe's he is one of them. He's a warrior. He gets on with stuff, and he tried to carry on, but there's no point at that point.
And looking ahead to Saturday, obviously New Mills in the Macron Cup. We've seen sort of in other Macron Cup ties you've opted to change the team and give players minutes. Is that going to be the case on Saturday?
Yeah, it is, because we need to let the players that haven't been getting opportunities get some game time, and make sure that they're getting the minutes in the legs as well. And we had planned a few other games that were coming up now that had been postponed to start rotating the players in, but it's just been really, really difficult just with games getting postponed and that. So yeah, and the thing we need from that is those players to step up and give us something to think about. The ones that came on tonight freshened it up when they came on. MJ was direct, started putting him on the back foot, and I thought Danny O'Brien dropping in there did really well as well, and he can play those positions. So I say it time and time again, one game isn't going to define us, and we need everybody at it, and everyone played a part tonight. We didn't get the result in terms of a win, but we got a point, and in the grand scheme of things over the course of a season, that might be a point that's well earned.
Cheers on that.